Did you and Mom talk to Camilla about her guest bedroom in Hoboken? A phrase I cannot say without dissolving into a pool of steamy gray uncoolness.
Baby, your mother just left yesterday.
Yeah, but my flight is still tonight.
Cancel your flight, or I will. Your mother will call Camilla today, okay?
Okay, fine. But if that doesn't work out, I found this studio apartment in Bushwick. It's about the size of an iPhone box, which I thought you'd like.
All right, Greenleaf fans, this clip is 58 seconds long, so obviously I had to cut it down to about 27 to 29 to avoid copyright claims. But make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, and follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. This clip, I feel some kind of way about it, and I know I don't want to come off as a Zora hater, because obviously I see a lot of her mother in you know, her, which I find, you know, annoying but fascinating at the same time, because of the fact that, you know, I look at my nephew and my sister, then I look at my cousin, and you know, some of my cousins and their children when we do see each other, and I always think about, it's interesting to have a child because it's like a mini you, like a culmination of you, your significant other that you had the child with, and it's kind of like an amalgamation of the two. And sometimes, you know, they eventually become their own person at some point. But I always think about, like, I'm stubborn, too giving sometimes, but at the same time, I wonder what kind of blend. It's almost like the Dragon Ball Z fusion. It's like, okay, now who's the compatible person and what would our child be like? Not necessarily look like, but act like. And that's literally what I think of when it comes to Zora and you know, Carissa. And again, you have to watch the full clip to get the full effect of this scene, but I don't really feel bad for Zora. I mean, Jacob kind of snapped at her at the end, like, can you just leave me alone or back off? But Zora is literally pestering him, because here's the thing. If you go back to the last episode, I know that Zora didn't like Jacob's plan, but at the same time, he was trying to meet Zora halfway. It's like, is your ticket refundable? Please tell me it's refundable. Yeah, it is. Well, hey, you get your money back. Cancel that ticket. Your mother and I will talk to so-and-so. And where is it? New Jersey? I forgot the location. But basically, it's a relative that Zora can stay with, because there's no way we're letting you go to New York on your own like that. So basically, not only does Zora fail to realize that, hey, my dad and my mom have just, you know, filed for divorce, and mom took, you know, my little brother away, so dad is probably dealing with a lot right now. But instead of kind of giving him space, or at the very least just checking on and say, dad, hey, are you okay? You just want to throw it up in your face. Hey, I did my own research and I came up with my own plan. Essentially, this is what happened last season when Carissa, and I'm not even talking about the affair with Fernando, but basically she took it upon herself to research the will, and then that led to an entire mess right now. So Zora decided to check out a lease for a place in New York that isn't too expensive, not big enough for her and a boy. But literally, the biggest thing for me is you didn't even cancel that ticket. Not only did you not cancel the ticket for your flight that's tonight, but you also were like, oh, here's this place I want you to look at, and I need to deposit by today. So literally, you're doing your own thing without even considering anyone else's feelings. Like, your father just saw his soon-to-be ex-wife and his son leave. Now you're talking about up and leaving. That's basically, basically yesterday evening, half of your family left. And now you're telling him tonight, I want to go to New York. I'm glad he shut it down. Because, I mean, say what you will about Jacob, but that's the one thing I will say. Like, he puts his foot down, but at least in this scene, he did it in love, because you got to think about how selfish and whatnot, you know, Zora was at that moment. So like I said, you definitely need to check out the full clip. I'll make sure to post it on Instagram really soon, but we'll see it all play out in tonight's episode. But I think Zora really needs to just slow it down, because going back to last week's episode, I think people saying, you know, tick for tat, you know, Zora was right for snitching on Sophia because Sophia snitched on her. But it's like, imagine what it would have been like if, like, later that night Zora would have been like, oh, I'm leaving, because this is the day that Calvary's allegedly supposed to be torn down. So imagine how awful it would have felt if, Carissa and Winky left the night before. Then May revealed that Grace technically isn't a Greenleaf. And then because of a result of an affair, and she's been hiding it for like 40 years. And then on top of that, we're losing the church the next morning. And then at the end of the day, hey guys, I'm going to New York. Bye. Yeah, so say what you want about Sophia being a snitch, but at the end of the day, she's keeping Zora from being in very, very dangerous situations because, yes, the Isaiah thing was awful because it's like, I know when there's somebody close to you, family or whatever, or a friend, you keep their secrets close